Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
Before you can apply formatting to a shape, you need to click it to select it. If selecting a text box or word art as a shape, ensure that you click on its border so the border appears as a solid, not dashed line. That indicates that the whole shape is selected. After selecting a shape, either click the Shape Format Contextual tab or the Format tab of the Drawing Tools contextual tab that then appears in the ribbon depending on your Office version. This tab gives you many common formatting options for the selected shape. At the left end of the Shape Format Contextual tab in the ribbon is the Insert Shapes button group. The large scroll box in this button group contains the shapes you can insert. It functions the same way as the Shapes Buttons drop-down menu on the Insert tab of the ribbon does. To the right of that are the Edit Shape button and the Draw Text Box button. For shapes drawn by hand, like the scribble shape, you can click the Edit Shape button, then select the Edit Points command from its drop-down menu to show the editing points of the selected shape. You can then click and drag these points to change the contours of the selected shape. You can click the Draw Text Box button to draw a text box in your document. This button works the same as selecting the Draw Text Box command after clicking the text box button in the text button group on the Insert tab of the ribbon does. In the Shape Styles button group, you can make stylistic changes to a selected shape that change the appearance of the fill and the line of a selected shape. To apply a preset shape style, scroll through the choices shown in the large scroll box of Preset Shape Styles. Then click one you like to apply it to your shape. You can also use the buttons to the right of the scroll box to customize the appearance of a selected shape. To apply a custom fill to a selected shape, click the Shape Fill drop-down button. This button lets you fill the inside of a selected shape with a color, picture, gradient, texture, or pattern. Note that this button is unavailable for shapes without fillable area like lines and arrows. To select a fill color, simply click a color choice in the Shape Fill Buttons drop-down menu. To select a custom color, then instead select the More Fill Colors command in the drop-down menu to open the Colors dialog box. To then select a custom color in the Colors dialog box, either click the Standard tab and then select one of the colors in the honeycomb of color choices, or click the Custom tab to select a color from the rainbow gradient, and then use the slider to the right to change its darkness or lightness. At the bottom of both tabs, you can use the Transparency slider to set the level of color transparency. To apply a selected color, if you opened the Colors dialog box, click the OK button. To remove a fill effect from a shape, choose the No Fill command in the Shape Fill Buttons drop-down menu. To insert a picture into your shape as a fill effect, select the Picture command from the Shape Fill Buttons drop-down menu to open the Insert Pictures dialog box. Here you can either click the From a File choice to insert a locally saved picture, click the Online Pictures choice to insert a picture using the Online Pictures window, or you can click the From Icons choice to insert an icon by using the Insert Icons window. To apply a gradient fill to the selected shape, roll your mouse pointer over the Gradient command in the Shape Fill Buttons drop-down menu. Then click the preset gradient to apply to the shape from the side menu of choices that appears. To add a texture to the shape, roll over the Texture command in the Shape Fill Buttons drop-down menu. Then click the Texture to apply from the side menu of choices that appears. Back in the Shape Styles button group, on the Shape Format Contextual tab in the ribbon, is the Shape Outline drop-down button. You use this button to change the appearance of the shape's lines. This is also the button that you use to change the appearance of shapes that are nothing more than lines, like the line shape or the arrow shape. To change the line color of your selected shape, click the Shape Outline button. Then select a color from the color palette of choices that appears. To remove a line color, choose the No Outline choice from the Shape Outline buttons drop-down menu. To change the width of the shape's outline, roll your mouse pointer over the Weight command in the Shape Outline buttons drop-down menu. Then select from the side menu of choices that appears. To apply a sketched line appearance, roll your mouse pointer over the Sketched command in the Shape Outline buttons drop-down menu. Then select a style from the side menu that appears. To choose a different dash style, roll your mouse pointer over the Dashes command in the Shape Outline buttons drop-down menu. Then select one of the choices in the side menu that appears. To change the endpoint shapes, if formatting either a line or an arrow shape, roll your mouse pointer over the Arrows command in the Shape Outline buttons drop-down menu. Then select a choice from the side menu that appears. To apply a preset effect to a selected shape, click the Shape Effects button in the Shape Styles button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then roll over the desired effect category in the drop-down menu that appears. Then click the desired effect in the side menu that appears. If you have Wordart or a text box selected, you can apply the styles that appear in the Wordart Styles button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon to it. To do this, click to select a desired Wordart style from the list in the scroll box within this button group. To select a fill effect for the text within a selected text box or Wordart, click the Text Fill drop-down button in the Wordart Styles button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. The choices are the same choices that you have when you click the Shape Fill drop-down button in the Shape Styles button group. To format the outline of text within a selected text box or Wordart, click the Text Outline drop-down button in the Wordart Styles button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then select a choice from the drop-down menu of choices that appears. The choices are the same choices you have when you click the Shape Outline drop-down button in the Shape Styles button group. To apply an effect to the text within a selected text box or Wordart, click the Text Effects drop-down button in the Wordart Styles button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then roll over the desired effect category in the drop-down menu that appears. Then click the desired category effect to apply from the side menu that appears. To change the direction of text within selected Wordart or a text box, click the Text Direction drop-down button in the Text button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then select a direction for the text to flow from the drop-down menu that appears. To change the vertical alignment of text within selected Wordart or a text box, click the Align Text drop-down button in the Text button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then select where to vertically align the text within the text box from the drop-down menu. The Create Link button in the Text button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon lets you create a link between the text contained in two text boxes. To use this feature, you must have at least two text boxes within your document. Also, the text box that will catch the overflow text from the first text box must be empty. Then select the first text box. Then click the Create Link button in the Text button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Your mouse pointer will then appear as a water pitcher icon when you hold it over the document. Then click the empty or blank text box that will display any overflow text from the first text box. If needed, you can then type your text into the first text box. When it can no longer display the text, the overflow text then appears within the linked text box as a continuation. This lets you create multi-column text box articles with a customizable layout in your Word document. Also, note that if you click the Create Link button and then change your mind, you can press the Escape key on your keyboard to cancel the linking. To add an alternative text description of a selected shape to help user accessibility, click the Alt Text button in the Accessibility button group to open the Alt Text pane at the right side of the window. Then type a description of the shape into the large white text box. If the shape is purely decorative, you can skip the description and instead check the Mark as Decorative checkbox to not distract the reader. To close the Alt Text pane, click the X button in its upper right corner. The buttons that appear within the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon are the same as when formatting pictures as described in the previous lesson titled Using Picture Tools in the Pictures and Media chapter. These buttons let you change the placement and text wrapping of the selected shape. You can click the Position button in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon to select a preset placement option for a selected shape. You can click the Wrap Text drop-down button in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon to select a preset text wrapping option for a selected shape. If you have overlapping shapes in your document, you can click either the Bring Forward or Send Backward drop-down buttons in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon to change the order in which the shapes overlap each other within the stack of shapes from the drop-down menus that appear. You can click the Selection Pane button in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon to show and hide the selection pane in Word. This pane shows selectable objects within a document. You can click the Align button in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon to choose from one of the available alignment options. To group together multiple shapes simultaneously selected in your document, click the Group button in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then choose the Group command from the drop-down menu that appears to group the individual shapes together as a single unit. To ungroup a selected grouped object, click the same Group button and then choose the Ungroup command from the drop-down menu. To rotate a selected shape, click the Rotate button that appears in the Arrange button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon. Then select a rotation option for the selected shape in your document. To increase or decrease the height or width of a selected shape, use the spinner arrows at the right end of either the Shape Height or Shape Width text boxes that appear within the Size button group on the Shape Format contextual tab in the ribbon.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.